Hi everyone, and welcome to the next anti-post selections for the Cheltenham Festival 2020. We're getting towards the end of my anti-post selections now. Probably going to stick up a couple of bets in the few races that are left, but they're going to be lower stakes ones, not quite as confident as the ones I've done to date. And yeah, we're getting these bets 14 and 15. I've got two bets for you today. So we're getting up there towards the top of the money spending pot. And today, the first race we're going to have a look at is the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Now, before I get into the Queen Mother Champion Chase, anyone who knows me watching this will know I've got a bit of a vested interest in this and the Mares Hurdle, in that my parents own Lady Buttons, who has an entry in both of those races. Last year, I made it very clear that I was fully behind Buttons going for the Queen Mother, and I still think she should have gone there. And to be honest, I'm a bit split this year. I'm a bit 50-50. Buttons is is a horse. I would say someone then. Buttons is a horse that I feel needs to be given a fair crack at the whip at the best of the best. Her prime race is 2 Mile Chasing. That is where she does her best. She's coming off the back of a awesome win over Le Bagawa and Happy Diva at Doncaster. That was over 2 Mile 4. It was a great performance. She's running better than she ever has done, and at 10-year-old, I just think now would be the time to give her that crack. You're coming into a champion chase where, when I've looked at it, it's like I've heard people saying about how hot a race it is this year and whatever, and it's not. It's not the best renewal there's ever been. It's people are jumping on the bandwagon a little bit because of Defi Desoy's run at the weekend. Altior, all the entries that are in there, I can pick holes in them. Altior isn't running like, it hasn't had the prep that he had last season, for one. Obviously, he's tried to go up in trip, that hasn't worked. So now they're coming back down in trip, has been entered a couple of times. Nicky Anderson's pulled him out because he hasn't looked right. Is he going to be the horse that he was come Cheltenham? Now, that's massively up in the air, and I think it's worth taking your chance against him. Defi Desoy, yeah, don't get me wrong, brilliant horse. You know, the form against Undersaw last weekend, for me, you can pick holes in that. Undersaw played right into Defi Desoy's hands, and you know, at the end of the day, the race played out like, not even, you know, Maracuja was what was he, about 7 lengths behind Defi Desoy, you know. A horse rated 143. I'm not sure that's good form, to be honest. Yeah, Defi Desoy's turn of foot was good. It's not gonna play out like that in the champion chase at Cheltenham. You're not gonna have a slowly run 2 mile where it just comes down to a turn of foot after the second last or last. Just won't happen. So I can pick holes in that slightly. And I'm not, you know, like I say, I'm not saying that, you know, oh, we're right up there, we'll be beating, we'll be winning this race, but I think she deserves a crack. And, you know, it's at the end of it, by the way, I will state, you know, I have no influence on where she will go. So anyone watching this try to put anti-post betting on, please don't take what I'm saying as the gospel. I tell my parents where I think she should go, and I would tell Phil when I see him, I tell him, but that's to them to decide. I literally, you know, I'll probably find out before you guys getting told what I don't. I just have an opinion, and that's it. And I think she's got a hurdle race coming up this weekend. But I personally think she's a far better horse chasing, and I think she deserves a crack at the champion chase. I think she will get in the same position, whether that is a top 3, a place. I don't think she'd be any worse off in the champion chase than she would be in the mares. So, why not give it a go? That's my opinion, and for much bigger prize money. So that's my opinion on Lady Buttons. What I would say about the mares, and this has only come to light in the last couple of days, few days, I get the impression that Honeysuckle will go to the Champion Chase. If Honeysuckle does go to the Champion Chase, and we get more news going along that we're more confident in that, that's one less great horse out of the mares to deal with. Today we've seen Benny Didier go and wallop a race over the 3 mile distance. I'm concerned for my anti-post betting that Benny Didier will now go to the Stayers Hurdle. If that happens, then you've taken 2 of your great horses out of the Mares Hurdle there, and I could then see maybe why you would start to look at the place picture of the Mares Hurdle more than the Champion Chase. But it's unlikely we're to know where Benny Didier is going to go, because what Willie Mullins is like. It'll be cards close to his chest, and it'll be a last minute decision, no doubt. Well, it won't be a last minute decision. He'll know where she's going, but nobody will find out. So if you took those 2 out of the mares, then yeah, I can understand a little bit why you might have a look at that. But you could end up with them both in there, and she has absolutely no chance of beating them unless Benny Didier was to fall again, which is very unlikely. But she's got, I would say, £10 to find on them, and I think she can run above a mark in the Champion Chase. I think she can run way above a mark. So yeah, that's where I am on them. As for anti-post betting, I am leaving Lady Buttons out of all my bets just because I'll be doing it from the heart, and I'm going to back as though she's not in either race, which is a possibility, by the way, just so you all know. It's not confirmed she will definitely run at Cheltenham. My parents would love her to run at Cheltenham, and she probably will. I would say it's 75 she will, 25 she won't. But there is a possibility that they'll just put her away and save her for entry. So that's another possibility. Right, Champion Chase. I've rattled on a few minutes there without getting into anything. So stats for the Champion Chase. Obviously, it's a 2 mile for 5-year-old plus, with mares getting a £7 allowance, which will be significant for Lady Buttons, by the way. She would get the £7 allowance. 10 out of 12 have been aged 7 to 10 that have won. Okay, 5 out of 12 favourites have won, and 9 out of 12 top 3 of the betting. 9 out of 12 won last time out before coming to Cheltenham. 11 out of 12 ran within the last 53 days. 7 out of... So, by the way, if Alior doesn't get a running, which he has to get a running really after that 2.5 mile trip, I think he has to have a go back at 2, and he probably will. I know he's entered a couple of times, but if he doesn't get a trip in, I'd be laying off him even more. 7 out of 12 winners ran in the Clarence House Chase at Ascot, and 5 of them won that race and then came here and won. 7 out of 12 have previously won at Cheltenham, and 10 out of 12 have had at least 6 wins over 2 mile to 2 mile 1. And all 12 of 12 have had at least 7 chase runs to the name. 11 out of 12 have had 5 wins. Ratings wise, 10 out of 12 have been rated 164 plus. 11 out of 12 have had 1 win in that season. Biggest priced winner is in the last 12 is 12 to 1 Special Tiara in 2017, and then we've had a couple of 10 to 1s, 2010 Big Zeb and 2012 Size in Europe. But other than that, you're looking at 9 of the 12 have been 5 to 1 or less. So it has been a race down the years where the betting's been about on point. Favourites have won, and well, not so much favourites, but second, third, fourth favourites have come in good. Pushing on to your choices in this one, like I said there earlier on, I've heard a few people saying that they think this race is a lot better than it has been in recent years. I'm not so sure that that's true. Daffy de Soy, I've already told you where I stand with the form of Daffy de Soy coming into this. Won 3 out of 3 this season, so, can't knock that. Come up against Undersow, come up against good horses, so great form. Everyone was wondering whether Undersow would be able to turn the form around in that last race. Obviously, Deffy won by a neck, or maybe a head, earlier in December, and they thought the conditions were right bang there for Undersow. Now, the fact that Deffy won, don't take that as being amazing for me, because Undersow, I know everybody's been saying about how slowly a run race it was. There was quite a good video put up on Twitter. Can't remember who it was by now, maybe at the races. Showed you the speed side by side with the handicap race of the day, and it was miles slower. I have absolutely no idea why that was done by Paul Townend, whether it was his idea, tactics he was given, but it was a really, really poor way to try and beat Deffy Desoy. He was never going to win on a turn of foot, and he should have just gone the gallop and tried to run him into the ground. The result may have been the same. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but you don't know now, do you? And I think it's, we Deffy Desoy, it's absolutely bang on that Deffy will turn up here. I don't think there's any chance Deffy's going to go at the Ryanair like it was maybe thought a while back. Nailed on, right favourite. Has got the best form going into it. But due to me, I don't know, I just have this thing in the back of my head with the form of, there's not been anything there that I've just thought, wow, that was impressive. So at 2-1, best priced, I'm going to leave Deffy alone. It might get to the day, and that might end up being my selection on my final picks, but we'll see. Leaving it alone for now. Altior, I've already spoke about Altior. As we know, real poor prep this season compared to other seasons. After being unbeaten in 19 races over hurdles and chases, was eventually put to the sword by Surname over 2.5 mile when stepping up in trip. There was all sorts of talk for Altior, Gold Cup, blooming, all sorts. I wouldn't have given up off that one run. I didn't think he ran bad. I would have stuck it out at 2.5 mile. Had another run in him and maybe gone for the Ryanair or something. But from Nicky Henderson has been quite open in confirming that Altior will go back to 2 mile and will go back to the champion chase. Just seems to me like they've bottled it a little bit, to be honest. And now the season has gone totally different. So will Altior run the same race at Cheltenham as he has done? Obviously, it was really close last year. Came in close. Politolog came second. And, Politolog now is a horse that doesn't seem to win too many. So I think Altior could be his treble crown could be at risk. So he's another one at 3-1. Can't take him. 3-1 the last couple of years. You'd have snapped somebody's hand off for Altior, but I'm just going to have to leave him alone as well. Chacan Passoir, I wouldn't give up on Chacan too much. Big talk around the horse. Was beaten by Aplatard on seasonal debut. Aplatard had already had a run in. It was a great run by Aplatard. But in the interview, I think it was about a week later, there was an interview with Patrick Mullins on the telly, and Patrick Mullins said he was very, very confident if that race was run back now that Chacan Passoir would turn that form around. And I kind of agree with him, I think. I think I would give Chacan another chance. Ran to 167 when beaten by Aplatard, who ran to 170. Certainly that's one not to give up on. I haven't put my price down for Chacan, but stand that there, and we have got Chacan is in at 4s. Yeah, 4-1, or 92. Yeah, 92 price there. So, I would want to see another run in first, and then on to a couple in the betting that. I mean, Douvan's an absolute headbuster. Is Douvan going to turn up? And if he does turn up, will he go to the Ryanair? Probably. Douvan is obviously a cracking horse. He's ran some brilliant RPRs. and I would like to see him turn up to the festival, but I think he's obviously most likely to go to the Ryanair. That's if they get Dovan fit as well, you know. His best form of recent years, you know, he's won over 2 mile 4, but last couple at 2 mile were a second and a fell, and then a 7th before that. So they'll probably step him up in trip if he got fit. So I wouldn't be taking him on. Politolog, like I said, rarely wins a race nowadays. Was a cracking running second last year, but I think that's the best we're going to see of Politolog. He's had 6 runs at Cheltenham, not won any of them. His second last year was his best effort. I think he's had another second, but then after that, pretty low down 4th, 5th, and less. So I believe in Politolog alone. And in that, obviously there's a lot of horses in there that are torn between Ryanair and other races as well. But the horse I've fallen on, I mean, I forgot that Applotard is one of those. Don't know where Applotard will turn up. I think I get a feeling that they'll go to the Ryanair. Now, you know, it ran over 2 mile 4 at Cheltenham last year when it won the won the Close Brothers handicap chase, and ran really well. Eventual winner by quite a large margin. Since then, went up to 3 mile at Punchestown. Was beaten. Finished 3rd out of the 8th, beaten by Delta Work was the winner that day, and went back to 2 mile from there. Coming second, like I say. That was his seasonal debut at Navan. Now, Applotard was beaten by Baliosin that day, and Baliosin is not the best horse, to be honest, rated quite highly, but not up to the standard of like Champion Chase level for me. And my selection has gone on and since beat this horse. So based on that, I don't think Applotard would beat mine if he did turn up, but I can see him going to the Ryanair, to be honest. And my selection is Cilios Emery. I've seen a few people tipping this horse up in recent weeks, and I can fully understand why. I had a good look into it. Unbeaten chaser after an over the average hurdle campaign. Clearly needed a fence. Has gone 3 out of 3 chasing. Debut won at Gorham Park and then won at Naas. Ran an RPR of 154 at Naas, and then his latest win at Cork ran an RPR of 166. So when you look at his chase marks and his RPR set, he's improving 10, 12 on the RPR every race, and I think he's only going to get better. Been watching the races back today, and absolutely fantastic. I can't really find fault, to be honest. Stays really well. Has like I said, beating the horse I just mentioned, name probably gone out my head again, who beat Applotard, and I think we'll set it up to him. And at a current best price of currently best priced, when I can find it, there we go, 10-1. You can get that with Ladbrokes and William Hill at the minute. I think it's a very, very good each way bet. I actually think he could win this race. I am going to put £20 each way on Cilios Emery at 10-1 for the Queen Mother Champion Chase. That does take, adding that £40 on to the bets overall, takes us up to £510. If you watched a couple of videos back, I actually upped it to 600 and overrun my budget if I was going for 500. So that leaves me with £90 to play with on the other. I've got one more today, and then the rest on what's left. The next one is going to be quick, so and I'm not going to run through it in as much detail as I have done the Queen Mother. And we move on to the Coral Cup. 2 mile 5 for 4-year-olds plus. 9 out of 12 have been aged 5 to 7. Punters wise, very tough race. No favourite has won it, and only 2 in the last 12 have been in the top 3 of the betting. 9 out of 12 were from 10 stone 6 to 11 stone 6. 5 out of 12 won last time out. 3 out of 12 had previous Cheltenham wins. 9 out of 12 had 6 runs over hurdles, and all 12 had won at least twice over hurdles. 10 out of 12 were rated over 139. Recent winners have been rated 151, 143, 148, 149. Your recent winners have been priced at 28 to 1, 20 to 1, 16 to 1 and 12 to 1. So if you can get it right, some great money to be made. However, a difficult one to get right. So saying that, I am not going to run through the betting on this because there is that much of what could run and couldn't run. I've picked my selection out. I'm going to hope to God that my selection runs and wins. And I am going to go for Nicky Henderson's The Cashel Man. Nicky Henderson has the best record of any trainer in this race, which isn't massive. He's only won it 3 times, but it's more than anybody else has won it. He won it last year with William Henry, and he's won it twice before that. The Cashel Man was second behind Time Hill at Newbury the last day. They'll probably get another run into the Cashel Man between now and the festival, and saying that, they might look after his mark. He is currently rated at 147. So they won't want that to go up too much before the festival. But I really like this horse. When he was second to Time Hill, if you watch my previews, I put Time Hill up to win the Ballymore if he goes there, and they were 18 lengths clear of third. Constantly improving this horse. He has gone up, like he ran an RPR of 194, 114, 147, 150, constantly improving, and I can see him turning up at the Coral Cup at the festival and putting in a dashing display to come away with a win. Like I say, I'm not going to go through the rest of the field. There are obviously a lot of horses in there that could go here, there and everywhere. But that is my selection. I'm just pulling up the best odds on this one because I seem to have deleted the page. And the best odds for him are 25 to 1. So I really like that price. In fact, I think it's a cracking price. You will get 25 to 1 with quite a lot of bookmakers. About a good 7 or 8 there. So I will be putting £10 each way on the Cashel Man for the Coral Cup. And that's my 2 bets for today. I'll be back with a couple more probably this weekend just to finish off, and that'll be the final ones of the anti-post betting. All right, if you're on, again, good luck and see you all soon.